you've all received the webinar invitation for 250. If you haven't, just send me an email. I can always resend it to you. Okay, so we'll start off. We started off with the economic calendar, looking for reports of high importance that could affect the market we're looking at. We knew a report was due out at 10, the Eurozone retail sale, and the final one is due out at 3 p.m. So we're going to meet 10 minutes before that at 2:50. So with that in mind, we know the market tends to trend sideways prior to the last report of high importance. But part of my plan is to place a trade prior to that report coming out, and if I lose out on that trade, then I stop trading till after the report of high importance comes out. So I always tend to place one sensible trade before the report, and if that's successful, fine. If it's not, I stop trading and wait till after the report comes out before I place my second trade. So with that in mind, we went to the charts. When we met at 6:40 this morning, we saw that the market had been downtrending there. Then it started going sideways. And at that time, the pivot point was within the sideways trend, and the market fell and broke that sideways trend, and it was now trending sideways between the pivot point and the first support. So the plan was to then place a pending buy order just above the pivot point at 14,828. And a pending sell order just below the first support at 14,760. And that was the plan. So the market kept moving, kept going sideways, and we can see at 7:30 the market took a buy order. And once it took the buy order, we then delete the pending sell order and just concentrate on this live trade, because we only want to have one live trade prior to the report coming out. And once it took that, it kicked in a 20-point stop loss at 14,808. And a 60-point profit limit. That's 14,888. There we go. So once the market took our order at 7:30, 20-point stop loss was automatically set in place and a 60-point profit limit. Our first target is 30 points away when the market moves 30 points away, which would be 14,858. So that's the first target we're looking at. So once the market moves halfway towards our profit target, at that point we then move our stop to the opening level. But until then, we're happy to lose 20 points. But once the market gets to halfway towards the target, then we reduce the risk and move it to the opening level, but till then, we're happy to lose 20 points. So the market went up, came back down, went up, and there you can see at 8:35, the market went past the halfway point, and at that point, you then edit your stop level and move it to the opening level. So at that point, we're not risking any money on that trade, but we leave the profit limit in place. So at this point, the market will either come back down and take us out, but at least we won't lose any money, or go up to a 60-point target and we make a profit target. And the market came down, it's gone back up, and it went up, got close to our stop, but it's come back down and it's just going sideways now. So that's where we are now. That's where the trade is now, and that's where we are now. So at the moment, we're not risking any money on this trade. We've moved our stop to the opening level. If you haven't done so, do so now. but we're not going to lock in any profits. We're just going to leave it alone. So the market will either come down and we won't lose any money, or we'll go up and we'll make 60 points. Even if it comes down and takes us out and we are out of the trade, we're not placing any more trades till 3 o'clock when the report comes out. So this again just highlights the importance of having a plan and sticking to your plan, because you have no clue which way the market is going to go, what the market is going to do. Again, I always say, you don't react to the market in an emotional way. You devise a plan, and you sit down calmly and objectively devise a plan, and then once you devise that plan, you then stick to it. It's not going to work all the time. There isn't a perfect plan. There's no plan that will give you 100% success rate. So again, it's just the consistency and discipline that's what will make you successful. Oh, can you hear me? Prince, can you hear me now? I hope you can hear me, Prince. So I hope everyone else can hear me. Okay, brilliant. You can all hear me. Good. All right. So any questions? Any questions on the trade so far? Like I said, we'll be meeting again at 10 to 3. You should all have the webinar invitation for 10 to 3. I'll be uploading this session on the YouTube channel once it finishes downloading. But there's no change from today, from this morning. The only change, obviously, is to make sure you've moved your stop loss to the opening level. And once you've moved your stop loss to the opening level, that's all you need to do. We're not doing it. So the market will then take care of the rest. The market will either get to a 60-point level, and that to be it for the day, or it will come down, take us out, then we'll have a look at the market at 3 o'clock and decide where to place the next trade. Again, the beauty of having a plan, which is actually the most important thing of having a plan, is that you don't have to keep watching the market all day, because that's another thing that can stress you out if you don't have a plan. It's time to watch the market. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love the pivot points, because it's a place where you can place your orders and go and do something else and not have to be glued to your screen all day, watching the market like a hawk all day. I mean, it's like now, because of the way I trade, once we finish this webinar, I'm just going to do something else. I'm going to switch off and I'll come back to my computer till 2:45 to then see what's happening, because again, I have a plan. So again, I always say people who are glued to their screen all day trading, they're probably just going to burn out as a trader. But it's up to them. But I have a plan whereby, I use the pivot points more often than not, plan my trades, execute my plan, and then I'm off. I've been out already to the shops and the post office this morning, and I'm even back. Now that I've moved my stop to the opening level, I've left my 60 points profit in place again, and I know the report is coming out at 3. Again, I'm going to switch off now, and there's nothing else to do really. There's nothing else for me to do till 3, because my plan is to only place one live trade before the report comes out at 3. I've achieved the target here, moving my stop to the opening level. The profit limit is in place, so there's nothing to do. Just go away. When I come back at 3, it's either, the market will have taken me out and I won't have lost any money, or it will have taken my 60-point profit limit and I don't need to do anything else. So again, it's all these things that you need to put into place to, make you have a stress-free trading career and not let it rule your life, so to speak. Okay, good. So there are no questions.